Hi everyone, Sandra Vail here at Homesteading Ways. And before we get jumping into the video, I just want to clarify something really quick. One of the keywords I used in the title of this video is smoking. I put it there so it would be easier for people to find this video so that if they're looking for this specific topic, they can find it. I don't mean smoking in the way of like you would put tobacco in a pipe and smoke it. I mean it in the way of it filling the air with smoke. All right, to start with, why would you want to burn herbs? I'm sure you've heard of the term smudging too. That's used primarily by Native Americans. But it kind of means the same thing as burning and as smoking. And there have been a lot of different cultures that have done this through centuries, if not thousands of years, as a way of cleansing or healing. So today I wanted to just go over a few herbs, herbs that most people are familiar with, that you can use to help cleanse mostly your house, the air in your house. Right now we're at the beginning of cold and flu season. And there are quite a few herbs out there that are antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal, antiseptic. All of these different herbs that can help clean the air in your house. So hopefully you won't get sick from a family member, maybe, or somebody who's brought something in and maybe isn't even really sick yet. But the point of this video is you can use it for that, and you can also use it in case someone is already ill. And the way you would do that is you would do it the same way as you would for a general cleansing, but when someone's already ill, you would inhale the smoke a little bit more, and we'll get into that in a second. But there's also other herbs that are good just for mind, you know, for relaxation and feeling a little more peaceful during some really stressful times. And let's just get started. All right, to get started, you're going to want a glass or ceramic bowl. And in here, I've used this bowl several times already, so there's some ash in there. But you're going to want to put sand, salt, or soil, because this will help insulate the bowl against heat, and then it also will catch your ash. And, you know, safety first, you know, if something were to get a little out of control, you could snuff it out right away. So let's see how much is in here. 1/4 to 1/3 full of the bowl. I have sand in there, and then I just took a piece of tin foil or aluminum foil, and I folded it up a few times just so, you know, it's a little thick, and I'm just going to set it right on top of the sand there. And now I have some herbs here. This is lavender. I can't really grow lavender well here at all, so I do buy this. But I do have other herbs here that I do grow myself, and I'm sure a lot of you do as well. This is sage, and sage is probably one of the biggest herbs that people burn. It does have a nice smell to it, but it is antibacterial, and it has a lot of good properties. Let me let you know right now to make sure to check the description box after the video, because I will put links to all of these herbs in there so you can check them out and see if it would be something you wanted to try. And I encourage you to look up other herbs and see if they have qualities you would like to try burning in your own house. So today we're going to use listen to me. We're going to use sage, a little bit of lavender. I have some rosemary here that I grew, and some thyme. But the last thing I wanted to show you, this is yarrow. A lot of people do grow it, but it really does grow wild in a whole lot of areas. So it's a very easy herb to wildcraft, or, you know, you'll just forage for. So, oh, and one other one I wanted to show you here that I also can't grow is bay leaf. A lot of people use bay leaf as well. It's very good. However, with bay leaf, I don't use it too often because I personally do not like the smell of it. It kind of reminds me of just, I don't know, to me it's not pleasant, but it may be to you. It's kind of like taste, you know, everybody's taste buds are different. But anyhow, let's get started. And what you're going to do is you don't need a lot, you know, to start with. I'm going to just put some of these yarrow blossoms there. I'm going to add a little bit of the thyme. These are all herbs that are super easy to grow, except maybe the lavender. It would depend on where you live, I think. And where I live is not really conducive to lavender. Okay, let's get some rosemary in there. And then we're going to put, you know, a little piece of, a decent amount, I guess, of sage. Try and keep it, if you can, on the foil, because your sand, soil, or salt may snuff it out on you. And what you're going to do here is, you really don't want to flame with any of this. Let's add the lavender real quick. Oh goodness, when you open this bag, it smells so good. It's like fresh lavender, holy mackerel. Okay, so what you want is you want this to smoke. You don't want it to flame. I mean, it will flame sometimes, especially the bay leaves or some other herbs that have a really high oil content in them. They sometimes spark and whatever. But overall, you shouldn't have a huge flame going on your herbs. You just want them to smolder. So put them on top of there and get them lit. And you may have to light more than one at a time. I'm trying to get around here and just have a few different, whoopsies, lit pieces. And can you see the smoke coming off of there? See, it did go down, and now it's just smoking. It smells really good. And depending on the size of your room, you know, if you're in a smaller room, just set this somewhere where it's safe and let it burn itself out. If you have a larger room you'd like to do, you could just move this around every few minutes if you want. Or if you have the surface space, go ahead and make a few of these and get them going all at the same time. Now, if you do happen to have someone who's homesick, go ahead and put this in their room. There have been studies, and I will put links to a couple of the studies I've read about how burning herbs, in particular, I think rosemary was in there in particular, how it will clean the air. Just burning these one time can clean the air up to 30 days. And it was really fascinating reading, and there hasn't been a lot of studies that I know of, but I will give you guys the links to the two of them. Now, certain herbs are good for when you have a cold and a flu, when you have lung issues. So you could burn them like this and have the smoke going, and just have that person stand near it, not directly above it, but near it, and just kind of breathe deep so that they get some of this healing into their lungs so that it can help them to heal a little bit quicker. And see, it is still smoking, but I'm looking over here and I can see my yarrow really isn't doing much of anything. So I'm going to relight it again. And you may have to do that several times as this is going. But that's okay. The whole process really doesn't take that long. So burning, smudging, smoking herbs is just another way of trying to keep yourself, your family healthy, especially during, you know, some trying times, or when there's times of flus and colds and stuff like that. It just complements a healthy, natural type lifestyle, you know, like you're using essential oils and natural remedies. But anyhow, if you've done this before, let me know. And if you have favorite herbs Make sure to put that down in comments. I'm sure we'd all like to hear about it. Thumbs up if you liked the video. I'd appreciate that. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. That would be awesome. Make sure to check the links. I'll have a lot of information down there for you guys. Thanks for watching. It was nice talking to you. And you take care.